Breaking news, strike averted. Some anxious holiday travelers can breathe a little easier tonight. Just 8 hours short of a strike by Air Transat pilots, negotiators have reached a tentative deal. If ratified by the pilots, it will mean avoiding a strike during one of Air Transat's most busiest and lucrative periods. Union members are expected to vote on the agreement in the coming days. Good evening. Moving from the airport runways to the end of your driveways now. There are some big changes coming to blue and black bin recycling. Come January, the city hands over responsibility to a private company, but we're told not much will change other than the fact that you can put a larger variety of things in those bins. CTV's Caitlin Wilson has everything you need to know.
It's collection day in this South End Ottawa neighborhood, and if you take a closer look, you'll spot a few things that aren't supposed to be there, like these milk bags, takeout containers, and to-go cups. Right now, these aren't accepted in Ottawa's blue bins, but that's about to change.
It's going to help a lot, like less stuff in the landfills.
For decades, the City of Ottawa has collected your blue and black bins. But starting January 1st, a new service provider, Circular Materials, will take that on. It's a province-wide shift meant to standardize recycling, the Ontario government putting both the cost and responsibility onto producers.
Companies like grocery retailers, food manufacturers, quick service restaurants are now responsible for paying for recycling. As part of that, under the regulation, they also have material management targets to meet.
Under the program, residents will be able to recycle more, including flexible plastic packaging like plastic bags, chip bags, and bubble wrap. Foam packaging such as meat trays, takeout containers, and cups, and tubes such as toothpaste, deodorant, and hand cream.
Really this transition's been underway since July of 2023. In fact, Ottawa was one of the first communities that transitioned. It was just that the city retained responsibility.
And while your bins stay the same and your pickup date won't change, if your recycling is missed, you won't be calling the city anymore. Those complaints will go directly to the contractor, Miller Waste.
We want to make sure that there is a seamless customer service experience. So the city has been working to ensure that with the new contractor.
Under the new program, the city will still be responsible for collecting recycling from public spaces and municipal buildings. But schools and newly built residential buildings won't be eligible to join the new system until 2031. Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
If your garbage pickup is tomorrow, be prepared for those bins to be covered by a white blanket. Environment Canada is issuing a snowfall warning for Ottawa and Eastern Ontario, but don't fret. The city says it's ready for whatever is coming, and it looks like it has already started.
So once we start getting the snow and we're putting our resources out, we will be deploying everything that we have. So we're going to be looking at over 500 pieces of equipment. That's city staff, contracted staff, and we're really going to be focused on our priority road network and our sidewalks, as well as the winter cycling network.
Environment Canada is calling for 15 to 20 centimeters of snow by tomorrow night. The city says this is a lot of snow for so early in the season, but every piece of equipment is good to go. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is -7 degrees out there currently, and watch out for the wind chill as well. We'll kick things over to Jackie for what else we need to know.
Well, those wintry conditions already starting to come down here in the capital, and it's going to continue. Don't be surprised by tomorrow morning if we do see the light flurries moving through. Keep in mind, though, there is a chance with the cooler temperatures that we could see a freezing drizzle moving through in the morning. We are likely going to start seeing heavier snowfall as we get towards throughout Wednesday here, which has prompted a snowfall warning. We're anticipating up to 20 centimeters of snow here for Eastern Ontario, especially for Ottawa, Cornwall, Brockville, Smith Falls, as well as Kingston. Temperatures going down to about -6, and then tomorrow starting things off about -7. Daytime high -2.
It appears a new NHL arena at Le Breton Flats will come with lobbying the upper levels of government before it's built. Fans are reacting to the news, and questions have been swirling, wondering if lobbying simply means support or search for public funding. CTV's Austin Lee has more.
Best idea ever.
For hockey fans like Richard McAndrew, making the trek out to Canada to watch the Ottawa Senators play feels like a burden.
I've been to one game this year because I live in Orleans. I'm not going out, way out Canada, to see a hockey game.
That's why he's in favor of a new downtown arena at LeBreton Flats.
It's going to bring a lot more people. Businesses are going to thrive. Restaurants are going to thrive. And hopefully after the game, parties are going to thrive.
Now, clearly a lot of work still needs to be done here, but it's this swath of land right along Albert Street between Preston and City Centre Avenue that could one day be home to the Ottawa Senators.
The question is, how will the arena be funded, and will tax dollars be used to bring the project to life? An idea that is receiving mixed reaction.
We have so many issues. This is not one of them. Like, this is fun and it's enjoyable, but it's not where our taxpayer dollars should be going right now.
We ante up for everything in this city, so why not for something that's going to, people are going to love it when it's all done. So yes, all ante up.
The lobbyist registries for both the federal and provincial governments show a Toronto-based lobbying firm is involved in discussions with government officials on behalf of the Sens. One sports economist argues pitching in tax dollars for a new arena is more of an exercise in civic pride, but it doesn't provide much in the way of economic benefits.
For anybody who thinks that the Senators add to the local economy, you're speaking as a sports fan. You're thinking from the heart, you're not thinking from the brain. There's no evidence to suggest that sports teams contribute to the local economy in any meaningful way.
If and when the Sens break ground here, not everyone will be happy.
What's wrong with the building in Canada? There's right on the highway, tons of parking. Right downtown here, there's just not enough infrastructure for that to happen here.
Austin Lee, CTV News.
Sanderson has a look and fires. Tip puck marks from save loose in front. They score!
But for now, the Sens are still playing in the West End at the Canadian Tire Centre. Tonight, they were taking on the New Jersey Devils in front of a hometown crowd. It was close, but the Devils took this one 4-3. The Sens are on the road for the next game to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets Thursday night. Even then, nothing could take away from the Sens Community Foundation snagging a fundraising win for the community. The Sens Ignite Hope Telethon had phones lighting up tonight, raising money for the Sens Community Foundation, supporting several charities in the Ottawa-Gatineau region. Capital City Condors, Rogers Nielsen Children's Hospice, an organization called Icebreakers, and the Royal will be on the receiving end of tonight's generosity.
So all the money stays local, and it is to create a pathway for kids, to remove some maybe financial barriers out of their way, helps with their medical needs, and gets kids active in sports. One of the special things is that when the Sens show up in the community, we invite our fans to join us, and they're really willing to do that because they care about the community too.
The total amount raised tonight is $168,000 and counting. Taking a deep dive into provincial politics now, the Skills Development Fund was once again front and center today. An investigation launched yesterday by the OPP had the opposition grilling the government about what they knew and when. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
The day after the OPP anti-rackets branch launched an investigation of a company that's received tens of millions of dollars in taxpayer money.
What is wrong with you?
What kind of shop are you running, Premier?
I will start warning people.
Tempers flared in question period. The government maneuvering around some specifics.
We will not be commenting any further because it's before the OPP at this time.
The investigation centers around Keel Digital Solutions. They'd been getting funding from the Ministry of Colleges and Universities for years for student mental health supports. In 2023, the government says a routine audit flagged irregularities. That prompted a forensic audit.
A system that identifies the need for an audit is a system that works, a system that then within 24 hours of receiving that makes the appropriate referrals is a system that works.
In the middle of all that auditing, Keel got millions in skills development cash, something the Premier defends.
We cut off the funding as soon as you get the results. You don't cut it off until you get the results. You don't presume someone's guilty right away.
The investigation has renewed pressure on David Piccini, who was spotted rinkside with Keel's director the same year that company was audited. Later, as Minister of Labour, he's admitted to digging Keel's low-scoring skill development funding out from the bottom of the pile.
At the time, Speaker, we had no results of any audit, Speaker.
The opposition says it defies belief Piccini didn't know red flags had been raised.
And if that's the case, that one arm of government doesn't know what another is doing, well, they should fix that.
There's no answer about when that second forensic audit was started.
Not one minister has stood up and said, it happened on this date. You know why? Because they know that's what should have happened.
All of this
shows you the system is broken.
Asked if Piccini will still be Minister of Labour when MPPs come back from winter break, the Premier had this to say.
Yes.
Keel Digital Solutions has denied wrongdoing. They plan to cooperate with the OPP and say they look forward to a government apology when the investigation is finished. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
As the federal government looks at possible changes to the hybrid work rules for public servants, the city is also preparing for employees to return to the office full-time in the new year. As of January 1st, all city workers will be required to work in the office 5 days a week, but the city says there will be some flexibility. Managers are currently reviewing hybrid work requests on a case-by-case basis. Ontario government employees will also have to return to the office full-time in January, and the Toronto Star is reporting that nearly 11,000 provincial public servants have requested to continue to work from home. A city committee has approved a plan to move forward with a bid to designate the ByWard Market a National Historic Site. The ByWard Market opened in 1827 and is Ottawa's oldest commercial area. The city says the designation would be commemorative and would not come with any new regulations or permits. Councillors are hoping it would provide a boost in tourism to the area. Council will vote on the proposal tomorrow. If approved, Parks Canada would then review the city's application. The Ontario government will fund hip and knee replacement surgeries at a private clinic in Ottawa over the next 2 years. It's part of a plan to reduce wait times and support more publicly funded orthopedic surgeries. A private group of surgeons has been performing orthopedic surgeries on weekends at the Ottawa Hospital's Riverside campus since 2023. The Ministry of Health says further details about where upcoming surgeries will happen will be shared in the near future.
It's a great way to spend a nice cold day because it's nice and toasty in here.
Coming up, dining in gondolas along the Ottawa River. More on the grand winter experience when we return.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
You're watching CTV News at 11:30 with Stefan Keys.
Welcome back. With the snowfall warning, you are being reminded about worsening road conditions overnight. You may want to consider lowering your speed and making sure your windshield wipers are working and top up those fluids. Right now, the road's looking fairly empty, though. Now, for a fuller look at the forecast, here's Jackie Perez.
Well, it'll be a snowy overnight, but it won't be as much as we are getting for tomorrow. We're anticipating 2 to 4 centimeters overnight. Risk of freezing drizzle, especially in the early hours of the morning, where we're going to have the overnight lows about -7, much milder than the last couple of days, getting to a daytime high of -2. We will see the greatest chance for snow really in the early afternoon, and it's going to steadily move through into the evening. So yes, a snowfall warning in effect with between 15 to 20 centimeters of snow. And this is what it looks like for the overnight hours. Don't be surprised, especially by Kingston, that there is more likely rain and freezing rain tomorrow morning. A little bit of that cloud cover, but we really are going to get the bulk of this in the early afternoon into the late evening in terms of the snow. And then where the rain, we may not even see that in Ottawa, but it is going to be moving along the seaway. A look at tonight's lows across the region, sitting between -5, -6 for really most of the region. And then tomorrow's daytime highs hovering around the freezing mark. So a little bit of the break in terms of colder temperatures. -3 in Pembroke, -2 in Ottawa, sitting around the freezing mark for Kingston as well as Brockville. And then when we look towards our 7-day, the 7-day forecast brought to you by Presser Law Firm. You don't pay unless we win. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. Thursday, it's going to get a little bit colder again, -7 the daytime high, where we could see the flurries lingering for the morning, but by Friday we will have clear skies, mostly sunshine, a little bit of that cloud cover with a daytime high of -6.
Thank you, Jackie. It's not quite outdoor patio dining this winter, but snowy views, cozy vibes, and tasty meals are being served up in gondolas along the Ottawa River. CTV's Tyler Fleming samples a unique experience at the Grand Pizzeria at Westboro Beach.
Beach days are back, but the vibe is après-ski.
Very unique.
These aren't cabanas at Grand Pizzeria Westboro Beach. They're real Swiss Alps gondolas.
We're on mat leave, so we want to do something fun.
Samantha and Jenna are out on a mummy treff, Swiss for mom's playdate.
It's inviting. It's nice to have babies here.
Very cozy. The lights are gorgeous. The view is nice.
Where today, along the Kitschy ZB Parkway, a mist rises over an icy Ottawa River. The gondolas can fit up to 4 people comfortably, and I can tell you it's very cozy in here. It's cold outside, it's nice, there's a heater here, and just in case, they've got nice fluffy blankets.
We wanted to give people the reason to come out to the beach, still enjoy the beautiful view, the beautiful sunset, and, the winter experience.
The popular Italian eatery's full menu is available, where hot meals are quickly delivered to the rustic, dog-friendly cabins.
And the staff is really nice, and yes, just try something a little bit different.
There's a cover charge of $20 per person for lunch and $25 for dinner. The gondolas are popular, so it's best to book online.
There's not a lot of places like this in Ottawa.
And patrons are not disappointed.
It's warm and it's cozy, and you can't beat the view.
It's a great way to spend a nice cold day because it's nice and toasty in here.
The gondolas will be parked here throughout winter's peak until the spring. Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
The items that were taken from us or taken from our grave sites or taken forcibly, those are of concern and consideration to us.
Coming up, how the Vatican is making good on culturally valuable items that belong on Canadian soil. More on the homecoming of an Inuit kayak in just a few minutes.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
A full circle moment for Indigenous and specifically Inuit groups today, as a total of 62 items and artifacts have been repatriated from the Vatican. CTV's Dylan Dyson has details on the centerpiece that's at least a century old.
Dwayne and Daryl, do you want to do the honors?
A repatriation decades in the making.
You're looking at something that is a part of our history, but also Inuvialuit and Inuit across Inuit Nunagat still harvest in very similar ways.
This kayak, believed to be between 100 and 125 years old and taken by explorers from Canada's north, was being held by the Vatican.
I know Minister Melanie Joly and Prime Minister Trudeau both intervened directly with Pope Francis and with the highest levels of the Catholic Church, specifically on this item. That somehow morphed into a larger conversation that led to 61 other items being identified by the Catholic Church to be repatriated.
An essential piece of Inuit culture and life taken from a community without permission.
One of the explorers came to the region seeing the item, and this may be one of the ways that it was collected.
The items that were taken from us or taken from our grave sites or taken forcibly, those are of concern and consideration to us.
You can see beluga oil stains around the cockpit here.
The return of these items to Canadian soil, a crucial part of reconciliation with Canada's Indigenous peoples. And there's more symbolism with this repatriation. Canada's Minister of Sport, a former Olympic paddler who won gold in the kayak, recognizes his own achievement has been made possible by the innovation of the Inuit.
The repatriation is, it's part of the calls to action. It's part of the agreement that was made with respect to the apology that the Pope undertook, and it's a great day.
But the 62 repatriated artifacts will not be put on display, but rather returned in time to the communities they were taken from.
This is going to be a process that will take months, maybe perhaps years, to fully understand and attribute each of the items where it belongs.
We're ready to be the custodians of the items for as long as needed.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News.
This is great. The ice is perfect. They maintain it well.
Refrigerated rinks taking center stage this holiday season. We'll bring you a roundup when we return. The Bell Media building is lit up bigger and brighter this year thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. All across the Ottawa area, skaters are lacing up and heading outside thanks to a growing number of refrigerated rinks that are open for the season. CTV's Dave Charbonneau has more.
It's a chance to get back on the ice.
I think it's fantastic. I've been waiting for it to open, and so this is great. The ice is perfect. They maintain it well. It's really cold today, but there's a heated place to sit, so it's excellent.
There are now several refrigerated rinks in the Ottawa area, including the Rink of Dreams at City Hall, Centrepoint, and Lansdowne Park, and now also at Rideau Hall, one of the oldest rinks in Canada.
I'm from GTA, so I remember there's skateways, Richmond Hill, north of the city that are the same technology, been around for 15, 20 years, so.
And this new outdoor rink at the Elmer Marina location in Gatineau.
It's really a good investment. We needed that in Gatineau, especially in that part of Gatineau.
For now, these outdoor refrigerated rinks provide a choice for winter skaters.
That's the idea. They want people to enjoy winter as long as it lasts and maybe a little bit more, until this rink will be open until March 15.
As for the Rideau Canal Skateway, the largest in Canada, the National Capital Commission says crews will be out in the coming days to start flooding. Right now, the ice remains too thin, and it's not safe. For some, the refrigerated rinks mean more time on the ice, even when the temperatures don't agree.
Last year, I was on it as late as you could go, and it felt like spring in the air, but it was winter on my feet.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
I've seen her stay an hour with someone crying. Just doesn't move, doesn't talk, no judgment.
When we return, cuddly comfort from canine companions, how the furry friends are making a difference at the Ottawa courthouse.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, looking fairly snowy on the ground out there. It's -7 right now, feeling closer to -14 with that wind chill. And with a final check on the weather, here's Jackie.
Well, milder conditions, but you still want to bundle up for tomorrow morning, -7 to start things off. The roads, though, be cautious. There is the risk of freezing drizzle, while winds will start off about 15 kilometers per hour by the afternoon. When the snow starts to really come through, we're getting up to 30 kilometers per hour, so that could reduce visibility as well. Daytime high for our Wednesday, -2, with the chance of 15 to 20 centimeters of snow.
Thank you, Jackie. Finally for us tonight, some four-legged friends are helping bring a sense of calm for those feeling anxious at the Ottawa courthouse.
I've seen her stay an hour with someone crying. Just doesn't move, doesn't talk, no judgment.
A group of about a dozen therapy dogs come to the courthouse on Elgin Street to provide support to anyone who needs it. They visit with courthouse staff, attend specialty courts like mental health or drug treatment court. Some dogs are even present in the courtroom for witnesses or those providing testimonials.
He wants to visit. He's not visiting because he's making his mom or his handler happy. He's visiting because he wants to. And he has the uncanny ability to find somebody in this building that maybe a little bit down, a little bit sad, anxious, not happy that they want to be in the courtroom.
The program started as a pilot about 10 years ago, but has since grown and is completely run by volunteers. Fundraising only covers the cost of parking at the courthouse. That is CTV News for this Tuesday, December 9th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app, and for news on the go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night and stay safe on the roads tomorrow.